Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of Real People Off the Record. What's going on, everybody?
What up? What up?
As always, I got Mr. J just chilling, sitting across from me.
How y'all doing tonight?
What's going on, man?
Same old, same old.
Now we got the official show. What's going on?
What up? What up? You already know what it is. Living that regular life that real people like.
Real people. Real people.
Yeah.
Keep it off the record. So what we got going on, show?
So this right here is my man Stan Michaels. He's a legend. I call him a legend, an R&B legend in Rockland County, New York.
Let's go.
He's one of the first actual R&B people. I mean, there's only a few R&B people in Rockland County, the 845, that really stands out to me. And Stan Michaels is definitely one of them. So I had to bring him on the show real quick. But not only he is an R&B legend, he's becoming a wrestler superstar as well. So to me that's a crazy thing to be.
Yeah, that's a wild combo. I like that. That's interesting.
So, but he got that Michael Jackson feel. He got that Prince feel. He's the first time I heard his voice, I was like, yeah, this dude right here got something going. And we parted ways, not on no malice or nothing like that. He had his crew, I had my crew. But I always, me playing music in Rockland County, I played his joints. He has a couple of joints with a couple of people, and I liked his sound. I like his music, and definitely, I kind of retired when he was coming up a little bit more. But go ahead, Stan Michaels. Tell the people who you are, bro.
Well, yeah, ladies and gentlemen, it's your man Stan Michael, the true king of R&B, rhythm and beat down in the ring. Let me get out of character. Now what's going on, y'all? My name is Stan Michael, and honestly, let me not even say get out of character, because that's just like an extension of myself. Who I am in the ring is what I am when I sing. Like, honestly, me and Show go back. Show was the first DJ that I had a relationship on any kind of level. Cause like my first show, no pun intended. it was DJ Show, and it was bred with the 845 movement, and we was over there in Suffern. I remember it distinctly, and it's always been mad love ever since. So I appreciate you having me on, man. For real. Big love to the big homie type shit,
You already know what it is, man. Man, he brought me back talking about the first showcase. These guys don't know that I was, along with my man Brett, we put on showcases up and down New York, whether it be Rockland, New York City, or whatever. And our biggest thing was just to bring everybody's fan base together, give them a stage to perform on, so that way Stan Michaels fans that he had would be with, Nate Capone fans, would be with Nate Capone fans would get on the Stan Michaels fans. Stan Michael and Nate Capone fans would get with Brad, would get with, K Bills, would get with, LDJ, would
Shout
get
out
with
to Four Horsemen.
yeah, you already know what it is. So that was my objective, because I made it, quote unquote, made it in the music industry, and I tried to propel certain people from where I grew up at in the Rockland County 845 area, and I was just like, man, we could put a showcase together that would help everybody's growth grow. It could be something special. So what do you remember about that first time?
Well, first of all, that was really my first time. Like, honestly, I'd done like talent shows and shit like that, obviously, but that was really my first time on like a contemporary stage with my own shit. And I just remember I was wearing a red. Oh God, I had my whole crew with me. We was crewed up that night. And oh damn, now you brought me back. All right, now I remember now. All right. We we wasn't crewed up enough. I remember now.
Okay, wait. Before we go any further, how long ago was this?
Oh, this is north of 10 years ago now. I gotta be. You know.
First
Okay.
showcase I did probably was like maybe 08, 09 or something like that. Maybe, yeah, somewhere around there.
It was somewhere around there.
That's
It was somewhere in
15
that area.
Yeah.
But I remember
Showing my
going.
age, Jay. Why are you always trying to make me feel old, bro?
Nah.
No, that was me. I said 15.
Yeah. That
was
was
it.
I'm just trying to understand the context of the story real quick, because I could
Yeah.
tell by the way he was reminiscing and it was hitting him.
Oh yeah.
I could tell he was going back. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because now it's hitting me. Now it's hitting me like yesterday. So I remember I was there and did the song. I did 2 performances. I did one by myself and one with my mans. And the place was packed.
Hold on. Before you continue, we always had our showcases on a Tuesday.
Yep.
Always on a Tuesday. It was never on a weekend.
Yep.
But
Yep. And
Go ahead.
granted, I know on Tuesday, the place was packed at first. The show went on for a while. And the people that saw me shut it down left. Right? So 4 hours later, all that's left is my group of like 5, 6 people and the group that the would-be winner would go with, and he had his whole crew with him. And it was a crowd reaction type thing. Who wins?
Yeah.
And their crew made more noise than my crew type shit.
Yeah.
and that's how it went out. And I was like, oh, this is how things go down. But honestly, shout out to everybody involved. That's just like honestly me even get my feet wet in this shit. I just remember Show was really good to me that night. You know, he was, and like, I'm really like, you know, I'm really sensitive when it comes to like folks that I actually like, you know, fuck with and vibe with, and you know, and Show, it was actually somebody along with Brad, and was like somebody that I was like, all right, I feel cool here, and you know, I feel safe here. So it was a good time, and I always went back there too. I always went back. I did showcases with Brad and them for years to come.
Do you remember? I don't even know if you were a part of this, but the first time that the Rockin' Report happened, when we had the radio station going on in Rockin' on Mondays. I think it was Mondays. Someone was going to say Mondays, but it was me. Yeah, don't quote me on that. But it was me and a couple other people.
Okay, you
There
weren't
was
there?
one guy. I really didn't get along with no more, so that's why I'm not saying his name. But yeah, like we had the first, and Nate Capone always tells me, "Yo, you were the first person for me playing him on the radio," and he made a lot of relationships after that. But anyway, so what you got going on now? I mean, this is years later. I mean, I know you still. I seen you doing some, you know. My dad saw one of your videos, and he was just like, "He's gonna get sued by Michael Jackson." I was like, "How?" And he's like, "Because he sounds like him." What do you mean? You can't sound like somebody and get sued. So
I wish I
I'm
got
sure
sued.
you know exactly what I'm talking about.
I wish I got sued by Michael Jackson, son. I wish I got sued by Michael Jackson. That'd been an accomplishment.
But the moonwalking joint is definitely a hit.
I appreciate you. Now it's funny you bring that up. I'm just talking to another staple in the Rockland 845 music community, Big Veg. I was just talking with him the other day. Granted, and it keeps coming up, and this is what tells me I can't leave this alone. I gotta go back and hit this note. That song deserved the visual, and now it keeps coming up in my timeline. 2 years ago, 3 years ago, now it's 4 years ago. Holy shit, this was 4 years ago. I was talking with Veg about we gonna put a visual to this motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Because honestly, that's my personal favorite record that I've ever done. You know, I've done a lot of records and you know that, but me personally, that's my personal favorite. I appreciate that.
So for those that don't know, I'm gonna put my 2 cents into it afterwards. But what does veg mean today?
Okay. So, if you had any involvement in, if you wanted to be any kind of artist musically, and you lived anywhere in the vicinity between Haverstraw and Spring Valley, you went to Veg at some point. Everybody at some point in this county that does music at that time went through Veg at some point. Veg was the first guy to, you could go to the mix your record, master your record, get your record spun on air, you know, like he was running it all 24/7 out the whoop. You know what I'm saying? So it was.
It was either Chance or Veg.
You said what? Oh, yeah.
Veg.
It was either Chance or Veg. Personally, I never met or had a relationship with Chance. Heard the name and shit, but so respect to that. But Veg was the one that is, and he was, and the thing, and let's keep it for what it was. I don't know about anybody else, but Veg was affordable for the average show. Most of these motherfuckers out here, they ain't had a record to go in the studio. They ain't had studio time money. And Veg made it so, all right, let's work with him. You know, so he's the reason a lot of people.
That's real.
And just to clarify on what he's saying right now, Veg was one of the first studios in Rockland County that people went to. And I say one of the first because there was other studios. There was Clicks, Vipic, and Paper Chase had their studio, and everybody else. But Veg was like one of the affordable ones. But now Veg is a content creator and works and does not even a podcast. I would say interviews with KRS-One, Roxanne Shante. He does Lumi D. He does, like, he is a content creator, and that's what he does. Yeah. He works for radio stations in to some aspects. He works for concerts, and Veg does it all. Now he's just a content creator, but he's come from being a studio engineer and a studio to me and studio icon from where we're from to now being a content creator. And, he's just one of those people that just likes to help out. And, he's just, salute the Veg.
Facts. Get that man his flowers. You from the 845, get that man his flowers. Because honestly, like you said, icon in this realm as far as that whole thing is concerned. A lot of people wouldn't be where they wouldn't have nothing to even stand on without Veg. So it's, that's I want to even say that.
I would 100% back that up. So, but what else you got going on, man? I know you. So we before we get into that, we're gonna go through the questions.
Talk to me, man. Talk to me.
It's usually top 5 hip hop, but we got an R&B singer here. Oh, so this is something that
we also got a wrestler here, so we're gonna need a whole nother top 5.
We're gonna go that route too, because I'm not a wrestling fan. I'm only a wrestling fan because of Stan Michaels. Like, that's it. I watch him. I watch his videos. I watch what he do. Everything else with the WWE and WWF or whatever it is, until my man gets on that main stage, you will not catch me watching no type of wrestling.
I love that energy. Please keep that energy, because you know what? I need more. We need more of that kind of energy in wrestling.
And you know me. I'm a keep it there. When Vince McMahon gives you that call, then you can hit me up and be like, "Yo, show, I got that call. I'll be there front and center."
Show, that's why I'm there. I'm there to get y'all back. I'm there to get y'all back. I'm there to get y'all back. Everybody that left in 2001 when WCW left, I'm there to get y'all back. I'm coming. I got y'all.
I left when I left. I'm gonna tell you when I left wrestling, and it's real crazy because I met Hulk Hogan before, because Hulk Hogan lives in Tampa.
I used to work out with him. I used to go to the same gym with him.
So I remember,
I think
it was like Hulk Hogan versus like Macho Man Randy Savage or something. And I'm sitting there watching, I think it was like the Royal Rumble, and Hulk Hogan wasn't bleeding or nothing. Then all of a sudden he did one of these, because they carry like the razor blade or something in their hand. And he did one of these, and all of a sudden he started bleeding. I was like, where'd that blood come from? And then my dad was like, yo, this is fake, right? I was like, whoa.
No, I wouldn't call it fake. It's not fake.
Bro, here's the
It's
thing.
a
here's the thing,
storyline.
here's the thing.
Right, right.
Here's
It's
the thing.
entertainment for sure, but
Let me just
it's
say,
physical. You gotta
let
be.
me put that to bed right now. Let me put that to bed right
Yeah.
now.
Let's put it to bed.
This shit is anything but fake.
Mhm.
All right, I wake up every day and I still gotta go to my 9 to 5, and I'm fucked up every day
Yep.
Yeah.
because of what the fuck I do on the weekend
Yep.
and training during the week.
Yep.
You know, like this shit is. I'm not gonna say it's a fucking shoot. I'm not gonna say it's real as like the UFC. It's not a competition. You know what I'm saying? We're not in there trying to compete and but we are in there trying to put on the best show that we can possibly put on for the viewing public,
Yep.
so that you don't see shit like, oh my god, he at one moment he was, and then you saw the freaking the obvious
Right.
break illusion. You know what I'm saying? We're not trying to insult your intelligence. We're trying to actually draw you in and suspend your belief. You know
So my thing is this, right? So we're gonna get in depth into this conversation, and my thing is there's a couple part conversation that we kind of hold on this. So my man Jay Just Chilling wants to know your top 5 wrestlers, but I want to know your top 5 your top 5 R&B singers.
Jesus. All right, that's hard. All right.
Well, I want to ask something real quick before you do your top
Go
5.
ahead.
You know, the state of the R&B classification. What state do you feel that we are in right now? Because I don't think there really is technically an R&B like category that is as promoted as it should be. What are your thoughts on that?
That's the key. That's the key. It's not promoted as it should be.
Yes.
And it's funny you say that, because I was just listening to an interview with Usher.
Mm-hmm.
And what he was saying is the difference between R&B and hip hop, why hip hop has been able to take over so quickly, is because you're able to associate it and brand it.
Mm-hmm.
You feel me? You're gonna be able to associate hip hop with sneakers and jerseys and clothes and things like that.
Yeah.
There's nothing that's really associating R&B to a tangible money making thing other than a ticket to the show.
Yeah.
You feel me?
Yeah.
So that, I believe, is why you see like kind of a lack in and especially now that people don't really put value in the music anymore, and a lot of what the value in R&B is the emotion people get out of it, and as we progress, we lose emotional attachment to music.
Yeah.
So that's really what you're seeing.
Because I would like to see it come back as a main ticket. Also, like not being secondary, like, you know, let's say 50 and, you know, whatever R&B that he.
They gotta find a way to make money off it.
Yeah.
That's what it is. They gotta find a way to really make money off it.
Yeah. Hmm.
You know, hip hop is what it is. They able to, you know, make money out the asshole with that, doing, you know, what they do. But the question is, what are you selling R&B slippers? What are you doing? Yeah, but maybe that's the idea, you know. But who knows?
Well, I appreciate that that assessment on the current state of R&B.
You know what it was? People stopped singing in the rain and crying.
Ah!
I blame Jacquees.
Well, let's keep it a stack though. Let's keep it a stack. Though. When's the last motherfucker that came around that could sing in the rain and it sound good without without the mechanicals and everything? You feel me? That's another thing. You know.
Yeah.
So you gotta get that motherfucker that get me well. And I don't even want to say that, because like here's the thing about music. Jay-Z said that years ago. The music's there. You just gotta dig for it. There's artists there that I don't even know about that are immensely talented, making that kind of R&B that you want to hear, but you got to dig through it, and it's not put to the front because it's not generating the type of money that NBA YoungBoy is, you know. So
you know what the crazy part is that about, and all jokes aside, about, I want to say about 04, 05, I went to a showcase in SOBs in New York City. And if for anybody that don't know what SOBs is, it's a big, you know, concert place. They throw showcases there. They have concerts there. I mean, I'm pretty sure everybody heard of SOBs. And there was a dude, and it was up next, I think it was by Hot 97. And Homeboy was spitting R&G, which was rhythm and gangster.
We got that from Snoop.
Voice, he couldn't carry a voice, a note like, you know, Stan Michaels can or anybody, but he had that raspiness in his voice where you could hear the pain in his voice.
Yeah.
And it was so crazy. And I thought that was gonna take off. And this was again probably like '04, '05. And I thought that was gonna take off. I was like, yo, he's branding himself as Rhythm and R&G. Well, it was R&G, Rhythm and Gangster. And he had like the Jadakiss voice, but he could sing.
That's
And I
interesting.
thought that was gonna take off something crazy, and it just never took off. You know what I mean?
So the
It's really just a matter of like, you know, like if what do you, like for a guy like that, I'm sure at that time it's really just, and you know this in being in the industry, you gotta get the right record,
Mm-hmm.
you gotta get the right motherfucker, you maybe the right feature, you gotta get the right,
Yep.
everything has to align behind it, and
Yeah.
you know that only happens for, you know, it only happens.
It's like how Trey Songz came in when he was when he was Trigger Trey. You know what I mean? Back in the day, he was a lot of his stuff was about guns and coke and drugs back in the day when he was doing the mixtape Trigger Trey stuff.
Yeah.
But it's like in an
Trey-
when you're an R&B artist, you know, it's only so long you could try to appeal to a male audience before you're like, all right, I gotta do these love songs, I gotta talk about these women. You know
See,
what I
but
mean?
that was the thing with Trey, cause like early on, and I'm a bear witness to it, cause the thing about Trey that was different at that time than other R&B artists is he appealed to men as well.
Mm-hmm.
Like young men was looking at him like, yeah, I feel what this man, I feel what this man saying, I feel what he's singing about, blah 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 blah. And then he morphed that into, all right, cool, I'm here. Now how do I stay here?
Yep.
Niggas ain't gonna the guys ain't gonna keep buying my records. But these ladies will.
Yeah.
So that's where he switched his, you know.
Yeah.
Man, turned into a sex icon now.
Well, Tory Lanez did something similar too. Tory Lanez was just, I mean, I think he fell off, but
But he's in prison. He's in jail.
Well, I mean, before, like when he had the beef with Joyner Lucas,
Yeah.
what he like, I didn't know he could spit like that.
I will say this about Tory Lanez. Tory Lanez, first off, I seen him live in Tampa one time at the Green Iguana.
I'm sorry.
And the dude is like, shouts out Tory Lanez, no beef. Dude is like 5'5".
I was gonna say 5'2".
Yeah, he's a tiny dude, but he's got big
Yeah.
energy, bro.
Yeah.
Like he controls a room, bro, when he walks
Yeah,
in.
no disrespect to him. But
Nah, he's something else. But I also seen him one time in Allentown, Pennsylvania, but that's a whole other conversation. But he did his thing, and then with all this Megan Thee Stallion shit, it really just fucked him up. And I hope the best for both of them in the situation, but
Yeah.
I hate to see that happen.
Now you know who's dope. You know who's dope live? T-Pain.
Yep.
Super dope.
T-Pain.
And he can sing the fuck out of everything.
I went to a Chris Brown concert when it was like Chris Brown in his prime. It was like famed Chris Brown, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it was him, Kelly Rowland, and T-Pain.
That's a lineup.
And T-Pain put on the best show of the night. T-Pain went out there because that's the thing. Chris had a great show. It was a different way because he had all the theatrics, all the freaking pyro and stage and all that.
Yeah.
Choreography.
He's a showman.
Kelly Rowland. She's Kelly Rowland. What do you say about that? She God bless her. You know what I'm saying? She's who she is. But T-Pain went out there with a DJ and like 4 dancers, and that's it. And shut it down. Was sang. I always kind of knew he could sing, but that was the day that I was like, oh nah, this man is serious. This man is a vocalist for real.
Yep.
Like the reason he's able to do that stuff with the auto tune in the studio is because he understands the voice and that he's able to hit those and knows what he's doing with.
Yeah.
Do you remember when T-Pain sang the national anthem? That's
Nah.
when I read.
I would never.
Mm-mm.
No, you don't remember when T-Pain sang the national anthem?
Nah.
Nah.
Bro,
What-
go
where
Google
was
that
that?
right now. That's when I'm gonna tell you that T-Pain. Well, I met Pain a couple times, but that's when I knew that he was on another level, and he didn't need the auto tune.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
And he
T-Pain.
sang the national anthem live.
I saw a video of him on YouTube and like with no auto tune, and he fucking killed it. Like
Yeah.
I was like, holy
Yeah,
shit.
well, that might have been at the library
I don't
that
remember.
he did something. Yeah, it was like at a library, like during COVID. You're talking about, right?
I don't remember. I don't remember exactly when, but I saw a random video, and this is what real people sound, what they should sound like without auto tune, and
Yep.
that was the
Yep.
video that came up.
If I'm not mistaken, I'm willing to bet that it was during COVID that it was at the library. But he did one at a baseball game, sang the national anthem, and it made headline news because everybody was like, "Yo, he could really sing."
Oh,
I'm
yeah,
like,
nah.
yeah, he could sing. Like
T-Pain got a
he
voice.
just uses that as a a mechanism to make a hit song, but he could actually sing.
The thing about
I'd be so upset
T-Pain
about-
too. Oh my bad. Go ahead, brother. No, I was saying the thing about T-Pain is he had so much commercial success. Like when he was in
Yeah.
his prime, bro. I remember I watched a video on TikTok or the Instagram Reels the other day or like a couple weeks ago, but it was T-Pain. They were doing the award show and they were giving all the nominees, and every single song that got nominated for an award was featuring T-Pain out of like 8 songs. No matter who won, T-Pain won that night. It didn't matter.
Yeah.
And that's just like that's amazing.
Well, this goes back
And they
to
jacked his style. And then they jacked his style.
yeah.
And didn't give him any credit for it.
Well, and then
Shout
Jay
out to
Z
Future.
dropped Death of an Auto Tune and put him in depression and shit.
Well, that is a- well, here's
no,
the
no,
thing.
no. I was there. I was
Whoa.
there in that summer jam.
Hold up. Here's the thing. Because I had this conversation with my girl. I don't think. All right. I don't think
It wasn't
Jay.
towards him.
Yeah, exactly.
Nah, it wasn't.
It wasn't that. He was actually bigging T-Pain up with that line when he said, "You T-Paining too much." That he's playing homage, saying that this is the man y'all getting it from, but y'all not doing it right. Y'all doing too much of that. Do your own thing.
Yeah.
You know.
Correct.
Yeah.
So and that, but what he ended up saying, what T-Pain ended up saying, put him in a depression, was a conversation he had with Usher.
Oh
He
shit.
said Usher
Yeah,
told
on
him.
the plane.
He said
Yep.
Usher told him he fucked up music.
On the plane. Yep.
Oh
Fucking Usher.
God! Can you imagine? You imagine you sitting on a plane and Usher
Talking to
looking
one of
through
your
with
probably
all
greatest
seriousness?
On a private plane, Usher said, "Yo, you fucking up R&B."
That's funny.
Wow! Wow!
And y'all know I don't curse on here like
Yeah.
that, but hey, when
Mhm.
Usher say
Oh, I'm
this,
sorry, I didn't know that.
No,
No,
we can curse.
Look,
We can curse. I just don't curse like that on here. That's all. But we curse. Bro,
But I
it's
think that
podcast.
whole that whole auto tune adopting basically came to the commercialism where people were buying it and then he was able to sell it, and that's I think that's why he did it and didn't actually show his actual talents, because what people were buying was his auto tune, and then he started to basically just build off that, and people started to mimic it and copy it. They was like, okay, well, it's selling, and so why do I have to really kill my voice?
There's actually oh man, now you're gonna make me go into but there's actually I don't know if it's on Netflix or one of those streaming platforms where he explains where auto tunes came from, and the dude actually says that made auto tunes, he made it for something else that was completely different, and T-Pain wind up finding it, and now Homeboy sold that to another company that put it in, all the shit that we have here.
Yeah.
Y'all got it in y'all studio, I got it here.
Yeah.
They put a plug-in for that, and now anybody can do it.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
But Homeboy made so many millions and millions of dollars off of it. Like, we need to talk about that one time on an episode or whatever. I'll send y'all the link once I find it. But it is super crazy how he made it, and he made it for his wife or his daughter because she wanted to sing and she really couldn't sing.
Yeah.
So he made it specifically for them.
Yeah,
And now it blew up.
yeah, I think they've had those things since like the 70s. The voice boxes with the tubes you put in your mouth or whatever, and
Shout out to George Clinton.
yeah, and I think they were used mostly for like songwriting techniques. You know what I mean? Like somebody
Yeah.
wanted to,
The
like
harmony.
somebody like myself who couldn't sing, but I had
Yeah.
good pen skills. I could write a decent song.
Yeah.
Pop that in.
Oh yeah, it
and
was to
just-
keep the harmony.
So
But,
you're trying
but
to-
even before that, like, remember, all that shit. That shit is freaking a sort of, like, all we're not even talking about. We're talking about pitch correction. You know what I'm saying? We're
Yeah.
talking. You know what I'm saying? So like, and T-Pain says, T-Pain even said, auto-tune is the specific brand of pitch correction.
That's
Yeah.
all it is.
It's kind of like the Dre beats the headphones kind of thing. You
Yeah.
know, so it's like,
Correct.
Yeah.
But yeah, shout out to him in that regard, pioneer.
So
yeah.
so we got off the subject.
Real quick though, my favorite thing
Yeah,
about
yeah,
T
yeah. One of my
Pain.
favorite R&B singers. Wait a minute, hold the hell on.
Oh, okay, yeah, go ahead.
Because that's bad. That's
You still need some time to think. Jay got another question. for
Nah,
you.
nah. I just wanted to say T Pain could put you in a mansion in Wisconsin. That's all I wanted to say right there. That's it.
All right, here we go. I'm gonna give it to you.
Five. I need
And
the
do I?
five.
And, all right. And this
No,
doesn't
no
even.
particular order. No particular order.
All right, cool. Michael Jackson.
Of course.
All right, we get that out the way.
That goes without saying.
Okay. Usher.
Mm-hmm.
You better not mention that guy.
What? No, I was gonna goddamn say Marvin Gaye.
Okay, I know who you're talking about.
I was talking about the guy from Chicago.
R. Kells.
And I'm gonna talk about Stevie Wonder.
Okay.
Ooh, see, Stan, we about to go into how old you are now. You showing your age, bro.
Right. A little bit. What is that? 3 and 4.
That's four. You said
That's four.
Stevie
Jackson.
Wonder,
Uh-huh.
Michael Jackson,
Uh-huh.
Usher.
Usher,
Uh-huh.
and
Marvin Gaye.
Marvin Gaye.
Marvin Gaye.
Yep.
Sam Cooke.
Okay.
Well, wait.
Bruh,
You know what? No,
that's it.
wait.
I'm about to walk away.
Wait. I'm gonna wait on Sam Cooke. I'm gonna wait on Sam Cooke just because he didn't have enough time.
That's fifth
You know
spot.
why
so
he
it's
didn't
the
have enough
hardest.
time? We
What?
really want to get into that?
Yeah,
Have
go
you
ahead.
ever seen?
Yeah, yeah, go-
And I don't know why. I don't know why I keep
I'm
doing.
gonna say, but yeah, go ahead because he was bossing
So-
up before bossing up was a thing.
So let me
Where-
tell you. Let me tell you why. So have you ever watched? And I don't know why. You're bringing out like the movie connoisseur in me right now.
Mhm.
Have you ever watched The One Night in Miami?
Yeah.
Any of y'all?
No.
Nah.
The
Yeah.
One Night in Miami. You watched
Yeah.
this, Dan?
Yeah.
So let me tell y'all about The One Night in Miami, where Sam Cooke, Muhammad Ali, right? Sam Cooke, Muhammad Ali, Malcolm X, and I believe they're the dude from the running back, Jim Brown, was
Jim Brown.
all in a room in Miami. They were all together in Miami on one night, and that's when everybody, well, not everybody, but that's when they were like last seen. You know, Sam Cooke was last seen, Malcolm X was kind of last seen, like all together, because they basically were like public enemy number one on other people's schedule because they watch One Night in Miami, the document, or it's not a documentary, but bro, that will hit you so hard. And it's crazy because think about it. Sam Cooke, Malcolm X, Muhammad Ali, and Jim Brown. 4 different people from 4 different not different eras, but they were friends. And they just like to chill together. One night in Miami, a lot of things happen in that one night. And it's super crazy. And I truly believe that's why Sam Cooke died. That one night in Miami is the reason Sam Cooke died. But if you watch also Godfather of Harlem, he's a part of that too. Sam Cooke is a part of that where he sleeps with the Italian girl. That's loosely based on his life too. Like, yo, there's a lot of education out here. I don't know why you're bringing this out of me, but
Luther Vandross.
There you go.
I was waiting for Luther.
Luther is the runner-up.
That's my pick.
He's number 5. You know, number 5 is always a toss-up. Like it's always like someone.
It's always a toss-up.
You know why? Because I keep it a stack with you. I want to say R. Kelly.
Nah, you can't.
Hey,
I keep
There's
it a
no
stack, but I
denying
wanna
R.
say
Kelly's
Kelly,
talent.
but-
There's no denying it.
And I can't bring myself to do
Yeah,
it.
we
You know?
Me and my wife have have an understanding.
Yeah.
That we can listen to R. Kelly once a year. Once a year.
Y'all got a cheat day?
We got cheat.
Yeah.
That's our cheat day.
Ah.
Once a year. And you know when that once a year is?
What?
December 30th. December 30th, once a year, we can listen to R. Kelly as much as we want. Other than that, we don't listen to R. Kelly.
Why December 30th?
I don't know. It just I think that's
You're like,
I think
you're
that's
getting
just Like before you hit the new year, you trying to cleanse your soul? Like
Yeah. Just get that little bit of R. Kelly out your system. I ain't gonna lie, bro. Step, side to side.
The problem is you just said get that R. Kelly out your system. But
Mhm.
go ahead. We're gonna keep
So what is it? I said Michael Jackson. I said
You got
Usher.
5? Well, you got 6.
Wait, no, who was? I said Michael Jackson,
Yep.
Usher,
Marvin Gaye.
Marvin Gaye, Stevie
Yep.
Wonder,
Yeah.
and Luther Vandross.
Yeah.
That's nice.
There you go.
So now, Jay, what you want to ask him?
Oh, we're gonna go there. Yeah, I want to know favorite wrestlers of all time. Favorite
Oh, I
wrestlers.
got that one written down. Hold on. Let me go to my notes.
Hey. And I want to touch on that point you said earlier, because wrestling is definitely entertainment.
It's real.
It's not
It's
UFC.
real.
It's not boxing, but it's amazing acts of athleticism. I'm not getting in no wrestling ring thinking I'm gonna do. I could get thrown around. I'm gonna wake up with a tweaked neck if I don't
More
leave the
than
ring
that.
on a stretcher.
More than that.
You know what I mean? So it's like, yeah,
training
no Joe
involved.
Schmo is just jumping in the
Yeah.
ring thinking that they're gonna run one with even an amateur.
I don't know.
wrestlers, you know what
Did
I mean?
Snoop just do that?
Yeah, but
Nah,
Snoop
Look.
Snoop is different, bro. Snoop, he cooked with Martha Stewart. He been to
I
prison.
give
He
Snoop a
on the
whole
beat
lot
of
of
murder.
credit because here's the thing. Here's the thing that you don't realize until you're in it. Like, it's not just the physical; it's the mental.
Yeah.
You got to think about like, all right, yeah, you're thinking about like, oh, I gotta wrestle this match, but at the same fucking time, wait a minute. I gotta put on the show. I gotta remember they're watching me right now. You know what I'm saying? So boom, Snoop, he was at WrestleMania. Shane McMahon does some shit and hurts himself and takes
quads.
himself out. They didn't plan for that. He tore his quad.
Yep.
And now he's out of the equation. What does Snoop Dogg do? He's
Starts
a
whipping
consummate
ass.
professional. He just snapped back in, boom, got my bang, and then covered for it on the fly. Now I could tell you, as a professional and as a fan, not everybody's gonna react the way Snoop
way.
did.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? I gotta give Snoop a man. That was the showmanship in him. You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes you get out there and he didn't get the deer in headlights look.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah.
On the biggest stage that you could possibly have him on.
For
So-
that, absolutely.
Yeah.
So I gave it that credit in that regard. But even a guy like Bad Bunny, right?
Bad Bunny, yeah.
I'm loving what I'm seeing from this kid because the thing is, you could tell that to do what he's doing, he took time.
Yeah, he
He
was
took-
jumping
he
off
took-
couches. He was jumping off couches.
He jumping off couches, but he was in, he's also shooting in the gym.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
That's a
He was
fact.
also in there working it out. I don't know how long or whatever but you can tell he's not just going in there and just like, oh, let me, that's not how it works. You can tell,
Yeah.
like, all right, for instance, Snoop, when Snoop did that splash, I don't know if y'all remember, he did a splash off the top rope and it looked crazy. Because Snoop don't train, but he's just in there, all right, cool, but it should look crazy.
Yeah.
But,
And he's a buck
It's-
05.
yeah, man, it's fucking, what it is.
Snoop is Snoop. Like
Yep.
he's my big toe is bigger than him.
He's gonna go in and he's gonna at least give you the showmanship part of it.
Yep.
And that's But for the top 5, before I forget it, hold on, let me get up here. I'm gonna go in 5. I'm gonna go 5 and up. Right?
Oh, you got him in order?
Yeah, because I had to do this before. It's just wild. All right, so I had to do it from 10, but I'll keep it 5. But number 5 is Kevin Nash,
Okay.
the leader of the NWO Wolfpack.
Okay.
We has Kevin Nash. He's freaking the guy. The guy is
The
one
Diesel.
of the I don't want to say revolutionary, but one of the first guys to really show like the modern generation how to move financially and really the way that he moved in this shit, and being able to be and have the influence that this guy had. Like being with the NWO and everything
Well,
that he was
being a part
Diesel
of
and
the
all
clique,
that.
being a
You
part of
know.
the clique helped that too.
Being a part, but that's the thing. He was the clique. That just speaks to him. You know what I mean? He's not the last one on this list right away. But yeah, Kevin Nash. Then I go to Sting. I go to Sting because Sting, when I first started watching wrestling, Sting was my first favorite wrestler.
Now I gotta change
When
my
I was
top
like-
5.
Yeah, I was like 6 years old. I'm watching Sting wash up the NWO.
Coming out with his
Yeah,
little
like-
black baseball bat, just whipping ass.
Coming down from the ceiling with it. You know what
Yo.
I'm saying? He ain't care. He was wild.
See,
you know?
I'm old enough to remember Sting when he had the blue and green on his face.
Oh, see, no, we
Yeah,
not.
but I love that the surfer Sting too.
Yeah.
Like another. That's the thing.
The blonde
if,
tips.
if he was in the W, that the reason that he wasn't as big as maybe a Hulk Hogan was is because he worked for the wrong guy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he went to what, ECW, I think.
No, he was in WCW. He was
He was the
ECW was Paul Heyman. That was a little while later.
Yeah.
But number 3 would be that man, the Rattlesnake, Stone Cold, Steve Austin.
Yep.
I gotta change my whole top 5 now.
How is he not in your top 5?
Hey, he's on the Mount Rushmore of wrestling, though. Let's be real.
As far as Rattlesnake goes up there,
Yeah.
most successful, arguably most popular wrestler ever.
I have a question.
Money- What's up?
Why is he the rattlesnake? Is that like something that's
He's
known
from
that I
Texas.
just don't know about?
You can't trust him.
Yeah. It's a
DTA.
Texas thing.
Don't
Texas
trust
thing.
anybody.
Okay.
Texas
Stone
Rattlesnake.
Cold,
Yes.
Steve Austin. Yep.
Okay.
He was also the ringmaster in.
Yes.
Yeah.
And that's another reason why I put him up there, because before he was injured in 1997, he got dropped on his head,
Yep.
broke his neck essentially, and it changed his whole style. And that's actually when he started like really taking off as
When
a
he popped,
superstar.
When he won King of the
before
Ring.
that-
When he
yeah,
won,
yeah.
yeah.
But before he got injured, this man, if you go back and watch his early stuff, this man was one of the greatest in-ring workers
Yep.
of all
He
time.
was.
Like, put him up there with anybody. This man had classics with Ricky Steamboat
Yep.
going in there with like just go watch his WCW early WCW matches and
Yep.
stuff like that. Like, this man was a problem, and
I
the way
agree.
that he was able to translate that into, after he was hurt, he was able to translate it into be a superstar, translate his work, and just be like I call him the Biggie Smalls of wrestling.
As soon as you hear
Because-
that that glass shatter, that stadium went crazy.
Yeah.
That's a
Show's gonna ask me why I call him the Biggie Smalls.
that's a big thing. Yeah, like for
Yeah.
you to say that.
Yeah, no, Show's gonna ask me why I call him the Biggie Smalls of wrestling. I'm gonna tell you why. Because pound for pound, when you talk about what the assignment is, what is the assignment? Pound for pound, no one was better at it
Yeah.
than that guy.
Yeah.
You know,
Okay.
like Biggie Smalls was the best rapper, MC, pound for pound of all time, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Biggie Smalls
And he
also
had-
had a church voice on the low. He could sing.
Yeah, like his voice, his delivery, he was influential in that. Well, not even influential, because people can't even duplicate what that man did. He was something different, like from a different planet.
Yeah.
You know.
I love
Yeah.
how we're crossing hip hop and wrestling right now.
They go hand in hand, to be
I
honest.
don't know if we're ever gonna have another guest that might be able to do this, but Stan Michael's doing it right
I'm here
now.
to bring people like you back. I told you. Yo, so like I'm saying though, this guy, he's from a different planet when it comes to that. No one's able to duplicate it. Biggie Smalls, and then he had the 2 albums of work to back it up. The problem with Biggie Smalls, he didn't have enough time,
Yeah.
right? Steve Austin, pound for pound, look at everything that he did. He was the most. He made the most money out of any single WWE superstar in that they've ever had.
Number one on any
He was
ticket.
the single biggest draw they've ever had.
It doesn't matter.
What?
No, that was The Rock. We'll get to that later. But
Yeah.
and that's the bottom line, because Stone Cold said so. Austin 3:16 said, "I just whooped your ass."
Yep.
All that stuff, giving the middle fingers to the boss.
Yep.
Like he is the embodiment of the working man, the
Yep.
blue collar guy that wished that they could stick it to their boss. He was having the feuds with Vince McMahon and his boss, and he was trying to keep him down, and Vince did all that stuff. The legendary feuds.
Yep.
They was the ones that got them, that saved the WWF from going under the WCW in the Monday Night Raws.
Yep.
That was that storyline that dug them out of the dirt. And I gave him more to pay. The problem with Steve Austin, he didn't have enough time, just like Biggie Smalls. He got hurt in '97. His career was cut drastically short. He only if you look at the time frame that we had Steve Austin to enjoy,
Yeah.
Steve Austin really didn't pop off. King of the Ring, like you said, that was in '96. He really didn't start bubbling until late '96, '97, right?
Yeah.
So let's say 1996. He was done. He was done by 2003,
Well, 2001, you had the invasion.
and he had some time off.
Yeah. I think
That's something.
I think my favorite storyline that was Invasion when they bought WCW and ECW, and I think that was my favorite storyline.
You are a rare. I need to invite you to my wrestling group on Facebook so you can tell these people you're a rare person. I need to tell people that I spoke to people that say they enjoyed that.
I
You'd be
did.
surprised. And you know, I'm with you, bro. I'm with you.
So
I
much
agree.
wasted talent though. They had so many people on that roster, and they just didn't like Lance Storm. They could have used. There was a whole lot of people that Buff Bagwell back then. He got pushed to the side. Like there was
Oh, my girlfriend would love you, bro. You, my girlfriend, you're Buff Bagwell. Like, all day.
yeah.
But no, you're right.
Yeah.
Like that was a real kind of tumultuous time. And I think what was wrong with that a little bit was the general wrestling fan base. Steve Austin had turned into a bad guy.
Yeah.
He had aligned himself with Vince McMahon.
Yeah.
And that was the antithesis of what made him popular to begin with. And that's when I told you everybody, that's when WCW went under. That was the same time period. That's when everybody checked out. As I told them, here to be good people like show back. And this is when during that time, Steve Austin turned into a bad guy, and no one wanted to see that. And so during that time, he's whipping he's taking people like Lance Storm, people like the Hurricane and Taz, and people like this, and bring them in the invasion angle in the alliance.
Yeah.
And it's good talent, but it's not what we wanted.
Yeah.
So it kind of felt like whatever. But all that aside, he really didn't have that. He really had a 4-year gap, really a 4-year gap of being that guy. And really not even that. But he really didn't even have that long because by the time that it was late '99, my number one was creeping up on that ass. But let me get to number two. Shawn Michaels, the showstopper.
Hey, real quick, I'm loving the passion on this top 5. This is the most passionate top 5 I think we've ever got. The passion that's pouring out of you right now, bro. You know what? Yeah, keep going.
All right, I appreciate you.
Yeah, for sure.
Appreciate I'm here.